Gautam. First question from Gautam.
AiR Shivam.
Shivam.
AiR, I want to know that is knowledge required for enlightenment? For example, I give you. Are you here? Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I'm hearing.
Yeah. My question is knowledge need for enlightenment? For example, I have born in a poor family.
Yeah.
So I don't go to school, and my parents don't have money to put in school.
Yeah.
So I don't know any language to speak, what to tell, what to. Instead of I know only my mother tongue.
Knowledge. No, that type of. So what you're asking is schooling required for enlightenment? Do you need to go to school? You don't.
But how to? But I don't know. But I don't know to speak English and Hindi. Then how I can get enlightenment? Just by realizing the truth that I'm not the body, I'm the divine soul.
No, you need to have some form of learning. You may not have you may not have a form of organized schooling, but you have to have learning. So schooling is not education. Educa. They say the word education. Education comes from the word educa. Is to come to know. So we have to come to know. If you don't come to know, how will you know? So we don't need to go. Okay, you don't need to go to expensive school. You don't need to go to some Harvard, and you don't need to go to Oxford. You don't need to go to all these big schools and universities. That's what I'm trying to say. But you need to definitely have a form of learning, because without that learning, you will not be able to assimilate enlightenment.
Yeah.
Next question, please.
Thank you.
Thank you. Raghavendra.
Shivoham, sir.
Shivoham.
Sir, not only me, sir, some of my friends also feel the same thing, sir. Sometimes all of a sudden we feel like saddened, sir, disappointed, depressed, sir, for no reason, sir. Like why we are feeling this sadness and depression, disappointment, we won't find any root cause for that, sir. But for a duration of 1 to 2 hours, we feel that way, sir. After that, we will be normal, sir. Like what's that phenomena called, sir, and why it will happen, sir?
These are called feelings. Feelings. In the chain of thought, you have got emotion. Emotions create thoughts. Thoughts create feelings. Feelings create actions. Actions create habit. Habit creates character. Character creates destiny. So what you're talking about is I feel. So you're saying, I feel angry. I feel depressed. I feel upset. I feel bored. Correct, Raghavendra?
Yes, sir.
Feelings,
but root cause, there won't be any root cause, sir. But
there is there is a cause. I'm telling you the cause.
Okay,
the
sir.
cause is thoughts. The cause is thought. You may not understand it is thought, but the cause is thought. It is only because of thoughts that you feel like this. You may not realize it. So if you change, so Raghavendra, if you start changing your thoughts by changing your attitude, by changing your emotions, these feelings will change. Why I don't feel like this? Because I don't permit such thoughts to be in my mind. If such a thought comes, I eliminate it. So you remove these thoughts of boredom, of depression, of worry, of fear. You eliminate. Not only eliminate, you fill your life with faith and hope and trust and enthusiasm, courage and confidence and love and cheer and happiness and peace and compassion and forgiveness. You cannot have these feelings. The feeling will disappear from your life.
Next, come.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Kaumudi.
Yes. So my question is that was very devout.
I can't hear you, Kaumudi.
Oh, I think. Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you. Yes, please.
One sec. I'll switch off my video. I think I'm in a less network.
No,
I'll switch off my video and speak. Okay. So, okay. Okay. Can you hear me now? You can hear me?
Please. Yes.
Okay. So I was very, very devotional, like in a bhakti. And then slowly, I became more spiritual. I was spiritual about till, say, last month. And now suddenly, because I'm learning Sanskrit and all, I'm getting back to the Bhakti mark. And I become very hymns. Whenever I sing, I like crying. I become very emotional. Can you
Okay.
hear me?
Yeah, I could hear you. So when you sing, you become emotional. Continue.
Yeah. So for me, those tears are of love. Okay, they are not of pain or anything. I just become too overwhelmed by feelings, and whenever I chant or something, I just feel so divine and great, and I start crying. People think that I am very sad, and so I am crying. So
Yeah.
two questions of mine about my crying thing and about how come from back to that spirit, and I was a soul, and I used to meditate from 3:30. I used to get up in the Brahma Muhurat for so many years. Now again, I'm getting back to bhakti. I'm chanting. I want to pray. I want to do aarti. So, what is my journey?
So for my understanding of you and my interpretation is that crying is a beautiful form of bhakti. So I also sometimes when I'm singing, there are tears in my eyes. This is a form of bhakti. This is the way a human being has been wired. The human being has been wired with, the human being has been designed like this. So that aspect of it is very beautiful. So according to me, let the bhakti continue. If the tears come, it's very natural, it's very beautiful to have that feeling of bhakti. However, please don't mind me saying, I don't believe that you actually went on a spiritual path. You went on an evolved religious path because Brahma Muhurat is not spiritual, for your information. You just mentioned about something. Spirituality is going beyond religion, going beyond bhakti. Spirituality is going into the divinity of your soul, realizing I am not the body. Spirituality is consciousness. Spirituality, by the word itself, spirituality, it is the science of the spirit. So, if the moment we are focusing on the spirit, then everything else drops. The mind drops, the senses drop, the ego drops. So I think now, I think you have started your journey on spirituality. And I think that if you walk the path of realizing who I am, who I am not, there are words like neti, neti, tattvam asi. If you contemplate on this, then the journey of spirituality moves forward. So that is my answer.
Okay, thanks. So again, air, does the neti neti means I do not know anything?
No. So keep that question. I will answer that before the end of
Neti
today's
neti
session.
word.
I will explain neti neti before end of today's session. Okay. Next question, please.
Rajkumar Mohan.
Rajkumar Mohana, please.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello. So
Yoham.
I have two questions actually. One is the first is how to obtain true peace.
Yes.
And second one is what is the relationship between science and religion?
Science and religion.
Yeah.
Okay. So how to attain true peace? The way to attain true peace is to make the mind calm. Because the mind is like a monkey. It is the mind that robs our peace. Because of our mind, we lose our peace of mind. We call it peace of mind. Actually, it's no peace of mind. It's the mind that is making us lose our peace. Because of aggressive thinking, we are thinking up to 50 thoughts a minute. Can you believe one thought per second? I have actually observed the mind. I sit and I watch the mind. How it jumps. This jumping of the mind steals our peace. How do you get peace of mind? By making the monkey into a monk. When you make this monkey mind is jumping, when you make the monkey mind still, you will find peace. It's just like dropping a stone in a still lake. The lake is peaceful. You drop a stone, there are ripples. There are ripples in the lake. But the moment the ripples end, the lake becomes still again. There is peace. That's why Sometimes we find peace in the morning at 5 o'clock because everybody is sleeping. The world is still. The mobile phone is off. No phone calls, no music, no TV, nothing. We find peace. Our senses are calm. So how to find peace? Try to practice silence. Calm your mind. If you do these things, you will find peace. The second question,
Thank you.
what is the connection between science and religion? Honestly, there is no connection because they both are at loggerheads. Science thinks religion is crazy and religion thinks science is mad. So because religion is about faith and science is about proof. Science says, in everything science says, give me proof, give me proof, give me proof. And religion says, where proof is possible, faith is impossible. However, since you asked a profound question and I answered it, there may not be a connection between science and religion, but there is a connection between science and spirituality. Science and spirituality were against each other for thousands, 2000 years. But today, science and spirituality have synergy. They have synergy on one point. They both agree that we are divine energy. Therefore, this is the condition of science and spirituality today. Science and spirituality have this similarity, the synergy. Both agree we are energy. Even today, the 2000-year-old belief of the human being the divine soul. His soul is nothing but Shakti, energy. What is science saying today? Science is talking of the wave-particle duality. Science says that every particle of human cell, called a quark, is nothing but energy. This is a scientific theory called wave-particle duality. Rajkumar Mona, please study this experiment. Many of you must have heard of the experiment known as the God particle, Higgs boson. So all this is to do with a similar thing, but some people make fun of the Higgs boson and they say it's not a God particle, it's a goddamn particle. So we don't want to get into that. But yes, today science agrees that we are all nothing but energy, drops of energy.
Thank you.
Sudeep Bhargava.
Shivam sir.
Shivam, Sudeep.
So my question is on one word that is called as samskar. Samskar is like the impressions that carry forward with us from one janma to another one. So how is these samskars getting transferred? Is it the same mind and ego through which they get transferred, or has it something to do with the sanchit karma?
The honest answer is nobody knows.
Okay.
Because let me think, that's the honest answer. Why nobody knows Sudeep? Because if I tell you what is inside a guava, you can cut the guava and you can study the guava and you can tell me this is inside a guava, because under a laboratory you can test it. Agreed? Can somebody go into mind, ego? Can somebody go to the next janma, do a thesis and then come back? Is it practically possible? So therefore, the only way to find the answer to your question is known through inference. What can we infer? The word inference means, it's very important for all of you who are on this path of enlightenment to understand the term inference. For example, if I throw an apple up, Bridget, if you throw an apple up, Bridget, in France, it will go up in the sky or it will come down? It will come down or no? It will come down, right? And why it comes down is because we believe there's a law of gravity. Now we don't know, there's no proof of this law of gravity, but we infer that because of a force called gravity, everything we throw up comes back down to the earth. That's why in the moon or in a spacecraft, astronauts are seen flying, because there is no gravity in that space. So Sudeep, back to your question, Sudeep. See, samskaras are supposed to be, the word samskara itself is defined by some people as a personality trait. You may call it impressions. Some people call it a personality. Some people relate a personality to genes. So for example, the son is born like the father. And they say you have the father's genes. If your father has diabetes, your son will have diabetes. If your father has heart problem, your son will have. Now, this is medical science, correct? If I start answering these questions, our 30 minutes will be over. My guru told me one thing: stick to the point. The personality that you get, now, for example, the mind and the ego dies. It comes back. Our common sense says it's my mind and my ego. Some influence of my mind and my ego has to come. If my mind and ego is completely reset, then why should that reset mind and ego carry karma? Common sense tells you that if that mind and ego is carrying its karma, it has to have some damn influence on it. So this much inference, and Sudeep, this is what you need to sit in meditation and contemplate. This is what you will get, aparoksha anubhuti. This is what is the realization you will get. This is not for me to answer in words. So you sit down and you contemplate on the subject that tomorrow when my mind and ego is born in a new body, what will come in the new body? Will my eyesight come in a new body? You will say, no, the eyesight will not come because my eyes have to do with the physical body. Will my blood pressure come? No, blood pressure cannot come because it's to do with my heart as a physical aspect. But what about my memory? Can my memory, power of my memory be same? My logic says maybe, because the memory is part of the one that is mind, intellect, memory, ego. All the four form the inner instrument or the antakarna. So spirituality, when you all come for this call every day, somebody asked me, can this call get boring? I said, how can this call get boring? Because there are millions of questions. There are millions of questions about God, about death, about life, about heaven, about hell, about religion, about spirituality, about rebirth, about karma, about hundreds of things. Hundreds and hundreds and thousands of things we have to answer. But the point is that we have to realize this truth. So I hope, Sujit, I've given you an opening towards what I have said. So you contemplate and you will realize the mind and the ego and the samskaras. What will be the connection? You will get your own understanding of it. But it's not provable. My answer, I don't want to give you an answer saying out of authority, I'm telling you this as if, no, I can't tell you the answer.
Sometimes remember, direction is better than the answer, sir.
No, I am very honest in one sense. If I cannot give you a specific answer, I will tell you I don't know the specific answer. So I will tell you that straightforward. So that is the way it is. Next. Ajitek Danda.
Shivom, sir.
Shivoham, Ajitek.
Sir, my question is, sir, I can't see you.
You can't see me?
Mute. Yeah, I can see you now.
Ajit.
Okay, sir, fine. Sir, my question is, how to detach from this world so that, where we are going towards, we want to enter into spiritual world. जो हमारी दुनिया है, जो असल में हम जाना चाहते हैं जहाँ पे. How to detach from this world?
So one lady came and told me, I am very attached to my son. So how I should be detached from my son? Because I want to follow the spiritual path. How can I be detached from my son? So I told her a small story. I told her, one saint and his disciples were walking, and there was a man trying to climb a pineapple tree. And as he was climbing the pineapple tree, he picked a few pineapples and they were poking him, but he was hugging that pineapple tree from there. He was hugging the pineapple tree. And he was shouting, "Bachao, bachao, bachao, bachao." So the saint and his devotees were walking. The devotees told the saint, this man is saying, save me, let us save me. The saint told him, we don't have to save this man. He is screaming, bachao, 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 but actually he himself is clinging onto the tree. If he wants to leave the tree, he can leave the tree and he can jump off. He can do it. But he is clinging on. So Ajitek, what's the answer, Ajitek? We are attached. I told the lady, don't ask how to be attached. You detach yourself. You let go. अगर आप किसी को अटैच कर रहे हैं, तो छोड़ो उसको. हम ही उसको पकड़े रखते हैं. We cling on and we say how to be detached. Is it not a paradox? Dichotomy? What do you call it? So you are clinging on to an attachment, correct? Oh, my Mercedes car. Oh, my Mercedes car. I must wash it every day. I must polish every day. Mercedes car. You are so attached to your Mercedes car. And then you come to the Guru and ask the Guru, Guruji, how can I be detached from my Mercedes car? Daily you are attached. So you let go. The answer, Ajitek, is if you want to detach from yourself, you let go. In the spiritual terms, what's it called, Ajitek? It's called Vairagya. Detach. So I'll tell you one more quick story because Ajitek, this one more story for you because you're attending every day and you're a prompt question asker. So I'm asking you, giving you one more bonus answer. So we human beings are very attached. So one day in Calcutta, in this Belur Mutt, Vivekananda, Ramakrishna's Mutt, Belur Mutt,
Yes, sir.
every Friday, I think they do Aarti, and the monk who does the puja, he gets one nice cold glass of lassi, the yogurt drink for Bridget to understand. Lassi is a yogurt drink. So every monk waits for Friday, if it is their turn, to have this glass of cold lassi. One day, one old monk was given the lassi glass, and he took one spoon, and he had a spoon, and he gave back the glass to the young monk. So the young monk asked him, Swamiji, why you're not drinking the lassi glass? Other monks, when they get lassi glass, they drink it, they don't give anybody little, although you have not just taken one spoon and you don't distribute to everybody. Why? You don't like it? So the answer he gave, he said, because I love it too much, I don't want it. Because I love it too much, I don't want it. So this is a lesson that monk taught us. Ajitek, samajh mein aa raha hai?
Yes.
If you love something too much, Ajitek, you must renounce it. Spirituality, Kaumudi, on the path of spirituality, we need to renounce. We must give up things which make us a slave. Because if we become a slave, we will take these cravings to our grave. And we will never be able to be liberated and united with God, the divine. Next question.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So Ajitek, I see the point is, all of you, why do we have this session every day? Every day, we have to ask ourselves the question, who am I? Why am I here? You know, the question is very important. Why am I here? And before I end today's session, I'm going to answer, Kaumudi asked me to answer Neti, Neti. I'll come back to Kaumudi. Be ready with your question about Neti, Neti. The point is this, that we human beings, we don't know who we are. We don't know why we are here. You know, I always say, and I'm touching this on the Friday Zoom call, a young baby when it's born, why it comes crying? I have not seen when dogs come out, dogs don't cry. We had just got 5 baby pups. Last 1 month back, we got 5 pups from Shih Tzu. आराम से वो निकलता है कुत्ता, बच्चा निकलता है, pup, the litter keeps coming. But बच्चा आता है, क्यों रोता है बच्चा, क्यों रोता है? बच्चा ऑलरेडी जानता है कि संसार में आ गया, रोना ही रोना है. You know what Buddha said? This is what you know, sometimes you're comparing yourself, compare yourself to Buddha. Buddha was a king, and the king renounced his palace. He was married to a beautiful princess. He renounced the princess. He had a 1-year-old child. 1-year-old. You are attached to 10-year-old child or 20-year-old child and you can't live. Buddha left 1-year-old child. Left 1-year-old child because Buddha wanted enlightenment. He wanted to attain the ultimate goal of life. So all I'm saying is that Buddha has inspired us to become Buddha. Buddha means to wake up. सुरेंद्र गोयल, बुद्ध का मतलब क्या है? बुद्ध मतलब जागृत हो जाए. We must become awakened. We must become enlightened. So this is what, when we're coming every day, we come on this question answer session. We must be very clear. I took 2 years in the mountains. I took thousands of books, actually thousands of books. You know, sometimes why I talk to all of you, if you have to take thousands of books and go into the mountain, it may take you 10, 20 years to reach that situation where I can give that essence to you. in 30 minutes every day. It is my Guru's grace. My Guru used to talk to me. I used to talk like this to my Guru every possible day. I used to go to my Guru and people used to laugh. When I used to sit in front of my Guru, everybody else would ask my Guru, Dadaji, will you have doodh peda? Dadaji, will you have mithai? Dadaji, I brought sandesh from you for Calcutta. I brought sandesh from you. Dadaji is not interested in all these things. Dadaji would sit with me and talk with me for 1 hour. He would talk 1 hour, 2 hours, because he knew the purpose of life is to realize the truth. The purpose of life is enlightenment. The purpose of life is liberation, mukti, moksha. So this 30 minutes can transform our life. And every day, you don't realize, sometimes you ask me a question that transforms my life further. It improves my understanding of the situation. Because when you ask a question, I get a divine answer. And the answers are all coming from the divine. So every day come prepared with questions about life. What is life? Why was I born like this? Why should I live? How long will I live? When will I die? How will I die? Who decides my death? Will COVID make me die? What happens to my body after death? What happens to the mind? What happens to the soul? Where does the soul go? What is the soul? What is the purpose of life? Who is reborn? Body is reborn. Mind is reborn. Soul is reborn. What is reincarnation? Will we go to heaven or hell? Where is heaven or hell? Where is God? Who is God? What is God? How does God control this universe? Can I meet God? Can I see God? How can I talk to God? There are 100 questions, 200 questions, 1,000 questions. And we don't know the answers. And we have to find the answers. We have to realize the answers. So we will close with Kaumudi's question. What was the question on Neti Neti, Kaumudi?
Yes, that does the word neti neti means I do not know anything? Like the
No.
saints have said that we don't know what is Veda, we don't know what is Shastra.
Why did the Veda say we don't know what is Veda, what is Shastra? This is wrong. You Google, you will find the meaning of Veda and Shastra. Okay. Neti neti. The word neti means not this. The word neti means not this, not this. So it's a book. I'll be happy to give you, any of you who want this book. I have written a book. It's called Neti Neti Tattvam Asi. Neti Neti means not the body, not the mind. I am not this body. I am not this mind. But if I am not the body and I am not the mind, but I am, no? I am. You can't say I am not. So when I wrote this book, it's called Neti Neti Tattvam Asi. Not this, not this. Thou art that. Not this, thou art that. You are not this body. You are not this mind. You are that. You are that. That is the divine Atma, the divine soul, the divine spirit. You are that. And this one word, नेति नेति मैं ये नहीं हूँ शिवोहम मैं शिव हूँ मैं शिव हूँ शिवोहम मैं शिव हूँ मैं शिव हूँ नेति नेति मैं ये नहीं हूँ. This one नेति नेति तत्वमसि can transform your life. It can liberate you. It can make you united with God. It can give you mukti, moksha, nirvana. So we must contemplate on such things like neti neti, tattvam asi, aham brahmasmi. So we must contemplate. So when I was contemplating on neti neti, in that bhajan, what I wrote, शांत में बैठा था सवाल किया ये मैं कोहम कौन हूँ मैं कोहम कौन हूँ मैं जवाब ये आया सोहम जवाब ये आया सोहम तुम ये नहीं तुम शिव हो तुम ये नहीं तुम Prabhu ho. Neti, neti. Bridget, it means, Bridget, I am not the body. I am not the mind. I am the divine soul. So we have somebody like Bridget, who's French. And Bridget, where are you right now? In Quebec or France? I'm a little confused. Where are you currently located, Bridget? Can you come on? Unmute yourself and tell us where are you? Unmute yourself, please. What? So one more question, but we're still. So I think Bridget, I can't hear you. Unmute, Bridget. Unmute yourself, please. Yes, Bridget. Where are you?
You hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Where are you now?
Yes, I'm from Quebec, Canada.
Yeah.
I'm living in Quebec City, but I'm from Rimouski in the the low under river in near of Gaspésie.
Okay, but you speak French or Spanish? What do you speak?
I speak French.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to introduce and tell people how. Just to tell. Thank you, Shivoham, Bridget. So nice of you. How did you come on this call, Bridget? How did you come to know of this call? What brought you on the call?
I see you on the Facebook and I hear you in few I don't know how to say in English,
Video. The videos.
the video and a picture with cut, RVM, and the minute and minute I see you more, Yogesh Deoda show me you and a call, and yeah.
So thank you.
I'm here now.
Thank you, Bridget. You inspire us. So, friends, we have somebody who's French, who's from Quebec in Canada, and she's joining the call every day at 8 o'clock. It only shows when there's a commitment that there are people from all over the world who are coming and joining us. I know Mr. Dasi Budrani. I think Dasi Budrani. Dasi, can you speak a minute and tell us where you are, Dasi? Is it possible to unmute yourself?
Yes, Ravi, how are you?
Very well, thank you, Dasi.
So,
where are you now?
I'm in Dubai, unfortunately, because I was supposed to come to Bombay in early April, but you know, the virus, my wife doesn't allow me to go. I said, okay.
But your health is good?
My health is good by God's grace, and in end of June, I should be going to London.
Okay. I want to give an
see you in
example.
November.
I want to give an example of how committed you are, and I see you coming on the call regularly whenever you can. So I was giving examples of how people are in Canada and Dubai and London, but when you have the pyas, the thirst for enlightenment, how you go for it every time, you keep on. Thank you for being on the call.
I'm trying to learn as much as I can.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, everybody.
Right,
I thank all of you for being on this call. Thank you, Dasi, and look forward to you tomorrow and every day at 8. Thank you, everybody.
Okay.